The streets are not what you think it is. Let me tell you something about the streets, man. And I don't want to sound like an old head who's preaching, but I gotta keep it a band as I eat my dark chocolate with the luscious feeling. Pause. This chocolate is banging, bro. I try not to eat too much chocolate, but can't resist it, man. Yo, right? The streets don't love nobody. Literally, nobody. All right, let me get focused. The streets, when you play in them, right? If you play on them too long, there's two ways it's going to end for you. Prison or the graveyard. See, people think they can play in them streets and they're going to cut corners. They're going to navigate their way through shortcuts. Trying to find shortcuts is going to get you cut short in life. That's right. That's a bar. There are no retirement homes for the gangsters, drug dealers, in most cases, the ex-workers, the fiends. Eventually, you have to shake the dust off you and move on. If you were able to make it out of them streets. Y'all can have the streets. I'm good. As a man, a working man, I mean, of course you're going to be in the streets because you have to move it within the streets. When I say be in the streets, you're living a lifestyle of criminology. You're doing things that's against the law, illegal. I don't partake in none of those activities. So you might see me walk within the streets or ride a bike when I had a bike. I'm gonna buy me another one. Well, what happened to your other bike? I don't want to get into all that. Right? But I'm not in the streets. As I said, I'm a working man. You can't have your foot in the corporate world and then have your foot in the streets. That kind of balance is not going to work. You got to give one your all. Hands down. Because there'd be so much going on within the streets and there'd be so much going on at the workplace. How you going to be able to juggle the two? You're going to get caught up. And you might find yourself in a situation you can't get out of. See, the streets sets traps. You think the streets love you. You think the streets is loyal to you. Yeah, the streets is helping you get famous, hood fame. The streets is helping you get all this money, illegal, dirty money. And I ain't talking about Diddy's label. No Diddy. But the streets don't love nobody. The streets have caused many lives, so many lives, that they could never return. And what they would give to come back, to had reversed their steps and made other better decisions. And also, the streets and karma, which is judgment, which is, karma, that's judgment. They go hand in hand, don't they? If you go around robbing a lot of people, what makes you think one day you won't get robbed? If you go around deleting a lot of people, what makes you think you won't get deleted? Or you can just delete one person. What makes you think that won't come back to you? The boomerang. And let me say this before I get into it. If you hear another content creator say this, they got it from me. Because I said this for years. Years ago I said this, but I took the videos down. But I still have those videos. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to say this. If karma is like a boomerang, when you throw a boomerang, what happens? You throw it, it goes around in a circle, and comes right back to you. That is the way when you send out. Because I really feel like what we do in this life echoes in the spirit realm. So when you commit an act, whether it be a good deed or a bad deed or evil deed, right? Because there's levels and layers to this, right? It gets sent out into the atmosphere of the spirit realm. And eventually, due to judgment, it's going to come back to you. It might not come back today, might not be tomorrow or next week or next year, but one day it's going to come back to you, especially based off your intent on why you made that decision to do what you did. What was in your heart? What was on your mind? What were you subconsciously dwelling on? It's going to come back to you. You might have forgot about it. See, I truly believe that when you do evil things like that, the Heavenly Father will let you do what you're doing for so long. And when the time is right, He will erase it out of your memory. You will forget that you even did this or did that or how it went down fully, right? And when the time comes for judgment, He gives it right back to you. That way, there's no way you could run. You could try to manipulate it. You could try to hide. You done forgot all about it. You thought you was good. See, that's why I used to didn't understand why a lot of old people would go out sad. Like they would get done foul. But we don't know what they did 20, 30 years ago in their lifetime or in their past life. Yes, I believe in reincarnation. Have you ever been somewhere where it's your first time being there, but for some reason it looks so familiar? Because I believe you was here before. This was not your first time or your first rodeo or your first roller coaster ride here. You was here before, but in another life. And you're coming into remembrance. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, let's stay on topic, right? You would think like Lil Durk, once you got that money, you doing your thing, you got the fame, you're super rich. You would think you'd be like, you know what? I'm done with the streets. It seemed like Chief Keef, he was the only one that got it right to a degree, because I'm seeing some stuff with that. I'm not even gonna get into it. But anyway, he got out the way. He was smart. Everybody that he came up with, look at how they all ended up. Why do we praise darkness so much? Why do we love darkness so much? Why do we remain loyal to darkness so much when you would have a better outcome if you stay in the light? I don't understand it. Why is trying to be on a righteous path in this day and age looked at as weak and timid and corny and boring? Trying to be righteous is boring to this world. That's not enough fun. They feel like you're taking away their fun. They don't want to move in righteous order. Nah, that's boring. That's too serious. Lighten up. You gotta live. You only live once. YOLO. All this craziness. But look at how the streets do you in the end. You be running the streets with somebody that you think is solid. They could have even did some things that, most of us would never do, like taking people's lives. And they side by side with you. And the whole time they wearing a wire. You ain't a cop, Jay Reed. The whole time, not only was he a cop, but he's just as guilty as you. But the only difference is he got a badge. Undercover. Them undercover brothers. And then you got them other dudes who's not really loyal like you think they are. Y'all both got caught. Or better yet, you got caught. You can come out the bushes, man. They got us. What you mean they got us? Nah, fam, they got you. Why? They would have never knew I was in the bushes had you not have said something. Now y'all both going down. They put them in this room, dark room with the table, give them a cigarette, and a sandwich and some water, and they telling everything. So that's why you hear a lot of people say, not just because of that, but this is one aspect of it. That's why you hear a lot of people say they trust nobody. Dudes will give their own mama up. You get the pressure in them saying that, look, you're going to see 25 to life if you don't give us what we want. Because they don't know law. They don't know. They simply say you have the right to remain silent, and you know the rest. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. People never listen to the right to remain silent part. Let your lawyer do the talking. Then when they get into the court situations, they got all the evidence they need, and you have a choice. They're offering you to take a plea, and you would be better off taking a plea in certain situations. But nope, they're like, nah, I'm taking this to trial. Your faith has been signed and sealed at that point in certain cases. If you are really living a good, legal, positive lifestyle, then you got nothing to worry about. You're doing what's right. You go to work, pay your taxes, all that, right? And you good. And a lot of y'all got to stop allowing people that you grew up with or in the streets to hop in your car. And then if y'all get pulled over, all right, whose weapon is this? And you looking at this person like, are you kidding me? You mean to tell me you had a weapon on you the whole time? And ladies, if you are a firearm owner and you happen to have the license and all that and it's in your car, but your man has a felony, what makes you think that if y'all get pulled over, he's not going to prison? He cannot be around no weapons once you have a felony. So why would you do that to that man? They're going to take him and your firearm. The streets don't love nobody, man. You get arrested being loyal to your gang, and they boning your woman when you away. All it takes is you got some sugar, you got ketchup. Oh, what's the name told me to come through and drop off this package, drop off this money for y'all. That was my homie. That was my code D. And I just want to look out for y'all. That's all it takes. Now he's smashing your woman. Your woman ain't gonna wait for you to come home. You got 10 years to serve. She ain't waiting. She get lonely. She gonna need some loving in her life. Now she's cheating on you with your homie that you played in the same sandbox with, or you went to elementary school or high school with. He banging out your woman. And that's supposed to be your right-hand man, your best friend, your homie. Nah, he stabbed you in the back. The whole time he wanted your woman. It was just space, time, and opportunity. The streets don't love you. Your homie working with the feds. Y'all did all this crazy stuff together. And now, so he can get sent back home or get a lighter sentence, he giving you up, and he making you out to be the ringleader. Am I my brother's keeper? CMB, we all we got. And look at how that one dude was dropping dimes on all of them, Nino Brown included. Because if I'm going down, everybody going down. So why would you want to live a life like that? Prison or the graveyard? It ain't worth it, man. People that you grew up with, y'all have a crash out. Now y'all in the streets, y'all each other's ops, shooting at each other. Because this person jealous that you got more fame, or you got more money, or you got more women, or you just better in life than that person. You're more advanced. So now they jealous of you because they felt like that's supposed to be them. You remember the movie Belly? All right. The whole clique never respected you. You the one that they clown. And now you coming back for vengeance. Now you coming back with rage. Yo, remember that stuff that happened in the basement? Exactly. Or better yet, paid in full. You got so-and-so bricks right there? Yeah. You seen how Alpo did his own homie. He just needed a reason. But the streets love you? Look at the movie with Tupac, when he played Bishop and Juice. 4 of them was all homies. And he took his own homies like, nah, yo, give me the ratchet, man. Give me the gun. No, I'm gonna keep it. Now look at that. Ever since he pulled that trigger, he was never the same. You got the juice now. And then he was on a mission to do both of his homies in if they don't ride with him and be quiet. It ain't worth it, man. The streets is not worth it, bro. How many more examples do we need to know that the streets don't play fair? You know how many homies I've lost to the streets due to gun violence? And these dudes were in their 20s, man. I done been stabbed. I done been shot at. All type of crazy stuff. I done been robbed because a girl set me up. I thought I'm going to her apartment. She lured me to some abandoned house, and it was dudes in there waiting for me. Yeah. Why play in the streets when you can make money the right way? You can go home. Listen, get you a woman, get you a baddie, wife her up, and settle down, bro. Get that dad bod, you know what I mean? Have you some babies. Listen, man. Make her your wifey, right? Make her your wife. Because they said that you should not be using the term wifey once she becomes your wife. But anyway. And now we got this drill movement. It look like it's over now that Dirk is out the way. But I don't know. It might still go on. But yeah, all that stuff comes from Chicago, like ops, drill. All that comes from Chicago, man. They glorifying being on demon time. Look at how that spread it out throughout the world, throughout the Americas, and then throughout the world. They even doing it in London, but everybody claims it came from London first. I'm not here to argue that. I think it came from Chicago. I used to stay in Chicago. Chicago is no joke. My first time there, I'm going to say that for another story. But anyway, it's your boy Donnie, man. Them streets don't love you. Stay out them streets. Y'all can have the streets, man. I'm good. I don't want no part of it. So much blood has been shedded on them streets. So many mothers are crying because they will never be able to get their babies back because the dude didn't grow up with his father, so the streets became his father. Or his mom strung out on drugs. Now the streets became his mama. And they join gangs because they want to belong to a family. They think it's family. That's why they join these organizations, because they want loyalty, they want love, they want family, they want the cars, the riches, the women, all this stuff. They got daddy issues, so they join these gangs in hopes they find their father. We're all searching, but these people are searching in the wrong way instead of going to that book that everybody wants to run from. But in the end, what you running from, you're going to run right into it. And all them people, all them suburban kids that was saying slide for Vaughn, that was Satan talking to you, Lil Durk. That was Satan talking to Lil Durk. It's your boy Donnie. I'm out. Stay out them streets, man.